From browsing Google Images to exploring personal photo libraries to navigating digital cultural heritage collections, searching images has become a ubiquitous task in the digital age. And yet, affordances and interfaces for browsing image collections remain largely unchanged on the internet. Though keyword search over image captions and tags remains popular, it is dependent on the quality of said captions and tags, which rarely fully describe an image. Though faceted search provides an alternative by enabling users to filter and sort images according to metadata facets that describe images across many different dimensions, it requires the facet taxonomy to be predefined and the image collection to be pre-annotated. These facets may not align with the user's search needs. How can we allow users to define their own facets? In this demo, we present Newspaper Navigator, an open faceted search interface for 1.5 million historic newspaper photographs in the Library of Congress's Newspaper Navigator dataset. Open faceted search empowers users to interactively specify their own facets in an open domain fashion during the search process. With open faceted search, the user and search engine form a human-AI team, working together to define and iteratively refine facets. Newspaper Navigator thus draws from human-AI interaction and interactive machine learning. Newspaper Navigator draws inspiration from the QFlick system, which applies interactive concept learning to image search. With QFlick, a user trains a machine learner to identify low-level image concepts, such as scenic, based on examples. We extend this paradigm to high-level image features as well, enabling the user to define facets that capture both semantic content, such as baseball players, and low-level concepts, such as oval-shaped portraits in images. Furthermore, with our framework for open faceted search, the AI system not only facilitates the user to define facets, but also proposes new searches for the user to consider in order to drive facet exploration and refinement. We have chosen to utilize Newspaper Navigator photographs because the historians and cultural heritage practitioners desire to search the dataset according to custom facets related to their specific research interests. Suppose I am a historian interested in studying depictions of baseball players in historic newspapers. With Newspaper Navigator, I begin with a keyword search of baseball over the image captions. Of the 5,000 returned results, it is clear that many images are related to baseball, but do not depict individual baseball players, instead showing portraits, baseball teams, and stadiums. Accordingly, I select a handful of relevant images of individual baseball players. Newspaper Navigator also provides a series of search suggestions generated using word embeddings in order to inspire the user to explore during what we call the facet exploration phase. Noticing that Yankees is a relevant suggestion, I click the search suggestion, find additional baseball players, and select them. Consulting my library, I now have a handful of images of baseball players. To enter the facet learning phase, I now click the button to search by content. During this step, Newspaper Navigator trains a machine learner, which we call a facet learner, to rank all 1.5 million photographs according to the baseball player facet. Notice that the facet learner trains and predicts on all 1.5 million photographs in just a couple of seconds. Upon inspection of the results, it is clear that the facet learner is already performing quite well, but there are some action shots depicting boxers and football players mixed in. I can now select more relevant images. In addition, Newspaper Navigator provides a list of salient terms derived from the captions of the top search results. Clicking on one of these terms, Newspaper Navigator filters the search results according to the presence of this term in the captions, thereby providing insight into the composition of the search results and facilitating the discovery of relevant images that may have been buried a few pages into the search results. Once I have selected more images, I can retrain the facet learner to refine it, or I can return to the facet exploration phase, now that I have a better sense of the relevant image pool for the learned facet. I can repeat the interactive training of the facet learner until I am happy with its performance, at which point I can use the facet learner's search results to study depictions of baseball players in historic newspaper photographs. What other facets can users define? Newspaper Navigator supports facet learning for both semantic content, like ships, and more abstract concepts, such as oval-shaped portraits. A version of Newspaper Navigator has launched publicly and is available at news-navigator.labs.loc.gov/search.